Hey, let's talk about things that you said you would go through, or like some goals that you set for yourself and severely defaulting on it. Like 30 days ago, you went out there, you brought the plan, the timetable, even the checklist that you need to do every day, and then somehow you decided after 7 days your willpower got exhausted, and somehow you just gave up on things that you promised yourself that you would go through, right? And I'm not the one who's gonna stand here for like an inspiration. I do it all the time. uh, but I think the reason we slack off after keeping our goals and also planning the whole routine, and even deciding at which hour, which like 1 p.m. I would do this, and 10 p.m. I would do this. After deciding all of that, using all our brain power to just focus on you know planning stuff, we just don't do it like after 7 days or maximum 2 weeks. And the reason is, you're not actually struggling with consistency, right? Because most of our human life is involved in things that should be done like 1,000 times. We sleep every day, you brush every day, you bathe every day. So doing things consistently, it's not something that you cannot do as a human. I think it's more of an identity problem. Okay, the win. It's more of an identity problem, right? You identify yourself with the things that you do, and identity is evidence based. So if you needed more motivation, like the more you do the things, the more your identity will be aligned towards it. It's always the classic. In our classroom or in our school or colleges, there will be one guy who will be associated with some movie or some things, and every time more and more people identify him with that name, with that nickname, he'll think about himself as that way, right? And it takes a toll on his identity, his health, and everything, because mental stress is directly affecting your health, right? And so how do I align with it? Like, how do I make my identity so good that I do not slack off from the things that I kept as goals? Uh, so there is a classic solution for that. The classic solution is, uh, the the ones who actually want to be consistent. Actually, let's talk about people who are actually consistent all the time. Those people are not aiming, and they're not getting up and saying to themselves, you know what, let's do the thing that I said I would do. Or they're, I mean, uh, you all might have seen Hamza, going through the things, something along the lines of doing hard works even when you don't feel like it. uh, but my question is, if you really liked what you did, if you really liked what you were doing, that you would be consistent, right? Uh, Imagine you like a game, or cricket or something, football. No one would actually urge you to do it. You would get up and do it every day because you love it. Like, for the love of the game, you would go and do it, and no one would be urging you to just leave out. No one. Your mind didn't be, you know, uh, resisting you from doing and like going through those things. And it's not just about sports in general. Even with the people you want to meet, right? If every day you're promised to meet with exciting people, you would wake up. So maybe you should find something that actually excites you to wake up, right? And that's not easy, by the way. Most of the people die without even knowing what they really want to do with their life. But you're lucky enough that you have enough time and also enough bandwidth in your mind that you can decide for yourself what are your interests and what do you really like to do in life. Uh, and also, you don't need to be good at what you're doing, right? For example, uh, I wouldn't say I like playing guitar, but I really wanted to get attention by playing guitars, and I went to the guitar classes. And after 2 weeks, I'm not saying I can't play guitar anymore. I can if I try, if I put my mind to it. But then it's a really boring thing for me because I mean your fingers get like blisters and not blister. I don't know what they said. Your fingers get hurt, and there was a guy who used to practice beside me, and he said in 3 years you can play one song. And my God, my motivation just went down, which means that I'm not really interested in playing the guitar, but I was just focused on getting the attention from playing the guitar because all the girls will see you, and people flex a lot with the guitar. Yeah. But there were many things like I always liked playing Rubik's cube. Uh, if you're any one of my friends, you would know that I will always have a Rubik's cube. That's it. Because even if no one is playing with me, usually I'll just play with Rubik's cube. That's pretty much it, and no one is forcing me to do it. And I'm pretty sure I'm consistent with it, and not because I chose to be consistent, but I just liked playing with guitar and sorry, playing with Rubik's cube, and then I went through with it. In the same way, find your passion, right? It usually takes so much of time than we give credit. You need to explore like multiple things, like tens and hundreds of things, until you arrive at one thing, and it'll give you all the dopamine that you require. And also, you don't need to be consistent in it. You don't need to physically in mind choose to get up and what, let me do it. You don't need to do that. When you like some things, you're just gonna go through with it, right? And it doesn't mean you're gonna do doom scrolling or some slacking activities. It's something that involves your creativity, or at least your effort to contribute to economy or just population in general, um, or even your physical activity. Some people are actually like genuinely addicted to sports, right? Like basketball. I think personally, I've never been aligned to any sports thing, but I think yeah, people genuinely in their hearts they just want to play games. And if you're actually good at it, and also you're interested in it, well, you hit the jackpot, and you don't need to be consistent. And about the goals that are not creative in general, but are like severely numbers influenced, like getting a number of sales, like 50 sales this month. You're a car salesman, and you want to get like 50 sales this month, or you have an agency, AI agency, and you want like 3 clients with 10K per month retainers. Sorry for the noise. Yeah, what I was saying. Yeah, let's hope. Did you see that? Uh, uh, so yeah, we're talking about AI agency, and you want like 10K per month clients, three of them every month, which is not something that people will be interested in. It is purely money driven for most of the part. Now that requires consistency because you need to approach everyone that is eligible to take your services, and you need to pitch them completely. So what happens is you either slack off or you just abandon that business model in general. Yeah, the same with YouTube or Instagram or any kind of like content media influencing. So having someone who is accountable. So regarding that consistency in business or in you know things that are not creative in nature, but you need those numbers to have a good life. You need to have an accountability partner. Dude, my hair is just what is going on. You need to have an accountability partner, right? And when you have an accountability partner, it doesn't mean you take your friend and you tell him all your goals and he tells you all his goals. No, no, not like that. An accountability partner is someone who expects an action and is directly affected by it, like your personal secretary or partner in business. They'll directly be affected by your decisions in the business. And now when you have them, you're going to act towards the business. This is trial and tested. This is the same reason rich guys, when their kids come into business, they just allot them some personal secretary, and they personally choose the personal secretary because the way people get affected by your decisions in a business, like your immediate ones, like your personal secretary, your receptionist, like people who you talk to every day, you will act towards your, you'll act that much, you'll act with that much of effort in your business, and that's what uh, consistency will, will come automatically. At the end of the day, uh, after a certain amount of money, you can, read in many books and many podcasts and even many autobiographies. They'll tell you like after a certain point, money becomes meaningless, right? Because there are only so many things that can give you a genuine happiness, right? Obviously, you can buy like infinite yachts, infinite cars, and infinite. But at some point, we all, you know, moved along from the place where we wanted infinite candies when we were small, right? But now you can, like buy like hundreds and thousands of them. I'm not sure you buy them, right? Maybe money is not the only thing that you need to focus on, but yes, money is essential. In fact, it is a service to your loved ones when you become rich, right? Because you can give them all those things. Sure, money can't buy happiness, or maybe it can buy most of the happiness, and the rest of them they cannot be bought anyway. You cannot buy your loved ones a life, right? If, if if they're gonna die, they're gonna die. You cannot buy life. At least not until now. Maybe some futuristic technology comes, and maybe you could buy them. I don't know, but still you need money. So, yeah, so that's about consistency, and let me know your thoughts. And yeah, hope you enjoy the beach.